One of the most prestigious and oftentimes one of the most scrutinized positions in all of racing is that of Keeneland president. Entering the year 2012, only 6 men had sat in the chair, which not only had a huge influence over Central Kentucky, but the equine industry as a whole. It was during that year that Nick Nicholson decided it was time to walk away and enter Bill Thomason, a Kentucky native who was not born into this sport, but who's made it his life's work. Those of us who live in the Commonwealth often talk about the almost magical place that Keeneland holds for all of us. And that's true whether you're a casual fan or someone like Bill Thomason. He worked in the thoroughbred industry for over 3 decades, but he's just completed his first year as Keeneland president.
In different businesses and different things I've done, you had patrons who, from whether it was in finance or whether it was at the farm or, different. Everybody here is a patron and everybody is a customer.
Thomason's dad owned phone companies in Paducah and London, and young Bill set out to pursue an accounting degree at UK. After graduation, he worked in an accounting firm for 2 years when he left for Mill Ridge Farm. Alice Chandler was the matriarch of Mill Ridge, and her dad, Hal Price Headley, helped found Keeneland. Over the next 28 years, Thomason served as financial and administrative manager. That's where he learned that everything in this business is about the equine athletes.
And it's been at the foundation of every decision that I've ever made or ever been a part of in the horse business. The finance is important. Again, it has its place in everything, but that's not all there is. We've got to do things that are in the best interest of the horse.
Thomason officially joined Keeneland in June of 2010 as vice president and CFO before becoming president last September.
Thinking back over the last year, if I thought this place was special before, then being in the position I'm in, it's incrementally even more special, if you will, when you find out the depth of the passion that people have got for Keeneland.
Besides being an equine leader in Kentucky, what happens at Keeneland has worldwide implications in the sport. A sport that unfortunately has a number of issues and all too little consensus about how to solve them. In many respects, Keeneland has been immune from those ups and downs, but despite that, they're not operating in a silo. They're once again being a leader.
We're finding ways to work with other racetracks around the country who really care, and they really do care about it, continuing our fan development and continuing to get people and increasing our numbers of core fans that are involved in the business.
But as it relates to racing in Kentucky, Thomason knows there are hurdles to be cleared.
When I look at challenges, we're going to have to work and continue working really hard to be competitive on our purse structure. We've led the country all over the year. We still do in the eastern part of the United States, but we have other places around the country that have their purses fueled by alternative sources of revenue, whether it's gaming or other things. It's going to continue to put pressure on us.
On a personal level, Thomason's biggest challenge might be time management. He's not surrounded by gatekeepers or handlers, and he's just as likely to give his time to groups touring the track.
We're incredibly accessible around here,
Oh, yeah.
It's the way I am. We don't have fences around Keeneland. Nothing's locked, around here. We're open 365 days a year.
As he is to an employee with a new idea.
And the things that I've learned the most have been from those spur-of-the-minute kind of people who walk in with something to tell me or something that I need to know. But you know what? I really did need to know.
But when the pace becomes too hectic, it's always easy for Thomason to refocus. Whether it's the grounds, the people, or the horses themselves, Keeneland's president knows that he's the caretaker of a one-of-a-kind product. And if he can get fans closer to the horse, the prospects for Keeneland and the industry as a whole are much brighter than the so-called experts think.
The little things that we do around here are important because we're trying to do things to get the fan close to the horse. Because you can't. You can see it on television. We can show it, and we can show it better, and we're working at doing that. But the end goal of that is to give them something they're excited about that they want to get here and see it.